What's up, guys? SeeJayAre here. Today we are headed to another swap meet. We're going back to Guelph, Ontario for the Guelph video game swap. I am just kind of going through some of my doubles down here. I don't have much left. I sold off pretty much everything I had. But I've got a stack of stuff I'm going to bring with me. We're going to go pick up Gamer Alley, Matt, and we're going to head off to Guelph. So, I don't know if I can show you here. This is my overflow storage room. It's a complete mess right now. Yeah, I've got some stuff left over to get rid of. I'll probably bring this stack of NES games with me. That way if I find something that's kind of crazy expensive that I really want, I can hopefully trade this stuff to offset the price of that. I'm trying to grab this without it falling. This could be bad. Right, so this is the stack of stuff, mostly some NES titles that I held on to and Master System game. That's the stuff I'm going to bring with me. Alright, so we're going to head off to pick up Gamer Alley, and then we'll be on our way to Guelph, Ontario for the Guelph video game swap. And I actually have a little bit of money, so I actually might buy something today. I'll talk about what I'm looking for once we pick Matt up, and we'll kind of go through stuff that we're on the lookout for. It'll be interesting to hear what he's actually hunting for today, because as you know, that changes by the minute. Anyways, let's go pick up Matt. My water bottle leaked and there's a wet spot on the seat where Matt's gonna sit. Let's see if he notices.
Hey guys! Gamer Alley! So I don't know why oh shoot. Gamer Alley here! Oh, seat's wet! Oh, seat's wet! Oh!
My water bottle leaked. You're gonna look like you peed your pants.
Oh, my butt! It looks like... Oh, there was... Okay.
So Matt said the thing is so small, so I'm filming on the DJI Osmo Pocket. So this will be a bit of a test for audio, video. I'm recording everything today on the Osmo Pocket, and this is the camera that I plan to use for garage sailing this year. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Where do you put it?
I'm gonna get a little mount, probably right about here, so we can just get in the car. We'll just pop this.
Okay.
Let's see if it'll sit. Let's see if we're in the frame. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Got a little viewfinder.
That's cool.
So I'll get a little mount that we can put there, and I'll just pop it in. And then when we go to get out of the car to do the garage sale type stuff, I'll just pop it right off.
How do you bring it? How do you not notice?
How do you not notice what?
That camera.
I think I could still hold it under my phone and still have it. It's pretty small. Or I was thinking I would get a golf shirt and put it in the golf shirt pocket and just have it sticking out. I don't know. We'll see.
Someone's gonna question you.
All right, Matt. So where are we going? I've already told them 8 times.
You're going to the Guelph swap.
All right. Let's get going, and we can kind of talk on the way.
I'm gonna make my video too.
About what silly stuff Matt's looking for. Matt, you really need to get that ice off the end of your driveway there.
I know.
All right, Matt. So, what are you looking for at the Guelph video game swap?
Well, I'm actually haven't traded for a couple days.
Is it the Guelph video game swap? Or?
Yeah, I think it's the Guelph video game swap. Yeah.
All right, I'll leave a link in the description below if there's a website, which I'm sure there's a
Facebook page.
Facebook page. Yeah. Okay. So what are you looking for, Matt?
I'm looking for Switch games, new or used, and I'm looking for amiibos. Open amiibos.
All right, and that'll all be sold next weekend.
No, I won't. I have 11
So
games.
I'm looking for more interesting stuff. I'm looking to complete my Sega All-Stars Greatest Hits collection for my Dreamcast. I don't have every one of the orange label ones. So I'm looking for some of those. I'm looking for retro gamer magazines to fill out some gaps in my retro gamer magazine collection. I'm always kind of looking for Nintendo Powers if there's any that I need. Mostly the older ones. I'm still looking for some pretty early issues. And the #1 thing that I'm looking for is a Geo Controller.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Something wrong with your eye?
No, what do you mean? What's wrong?
It's twitching there.
I don't know.
I'm looking for a Geo Controller for my Geo AES. I'm looking for like the joypad, like the controller. I think it's technically like a Neo Geo CD controller. I have the arcade sticks, but I want the actual controller.
And you have some money to spend.
I have some money to spend. I do. I sold a few things, so I've had some money kind of burning a hole in my pocket, so there's a good chance that I'll actually buy something at this swap.
I don't have that much money. But
Matt never has money.
And I borrowed it.
He's got to borrow money from me because he spent all his money.
But I own money, so just...
All right, so we've got a 35-minute drive. The show starts at 11. It's almost 11 already, so we're going to be a little late for the opening, but we'll see. Hopefully it's a good show.
Yeah.
All right, cue the driving montage. All right, we're in Guelph. Quick stop at the Hasty Market. We had to pick up cash because Matt failed to mention that there's no ATM at the swap.
Sorry.
Hey Matt, is $400 enough?
Oh, I hope I don't borrow so much.
This may turn into an episode of retail therapy. We got $400. We got $400.
Don't sing that in there.
What movie is that from, Matt?
Oh, what is that from?
Oh my God.
Is it from Billy Madison?
Nope, Matt knows no movies.
What's it from?
How many movies do you watch a year?
I don't know.
2? On average, 2?
Maybe.
Probably 2 movies a year Matt watches.
I don't know.
All right, we're on our way to the Legion.
From?
Queen's World.
Oh, okay.
We're on our way to the Legion.
Woo!
With $400+ dollars.
And I have $6.
Hopefully I buy something. I don't buy anything on a whim ever. Like, I have to really think about it. Usually I'll see something I like at a swap. I'll walk around 8 more times and make sure I actually want it.
I'm the one who spends a lot.
Oh, we know. All right, so we're on our way to the Legion. We'll be there in a few minutes. Here we are at the Legion.
We're at the Legion. It's in the Guelph region. We're going to the swap. Maybe get yourself a pop, get a hot dog, or maybe buy the game Ribbit with the frog. I mean Ribbit King with
the game called Ribbit?
Ribbit King with the frog. For him and
yourself here, so we'll be just on the left.
Is there a spin?
Yeah, definitely.
Is there a draw?
I'm not too sure.
Well, then
Alright,
mark the things.
enjoy.
Really thinking about buying that Jaguar. Matt's getting hooked up with some amiibos from Alex. Yeah. Alex, what's your name on Instagram?
Passionate Gamer.
Passionate Gamer. Alright, our first hookup. Ready to rumble on the N64, game I needed. Got it for $5. Thank you so much.
No problem.
From Lucas.
Lucas, yeah.
Like, thanks to Lucas. Alright, just completed a big trade. Traded this stack that I showed you guys earlier for that big stack of NES stuff from these fine folks who I got the game from earlier. Pretty happy with that. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
How much is this one?
Alright, made a few more pickups here. a Game Gear and a 32X game. Matt is about to buy what?
2 amiibos.
2 amiibos for the collection. How many do you have now?
I got 3 more. Someone gave me. Passionate Gamer gave me 3 more.
And how long would you say you're gonna have those amiibos?
I'm gonna keep them like my Switch games.
You're never gonna sell them, right?
No, I'm not gonna keep them.
Say it to the camera.
I'm not gonna sell them because I said the rule was if I sold them once a friend gave me, I'll give them a try for free. So I'm gonna sell my.
Place your bets. Okay, just dropped Matt off. We're all done at the Guelph video game swap. Really good turnout this time. I was pretty impressed. Lots of good vendors. Nice mix of not like retail stores, but kind of more online stores at this event, and people just kind of selling off doubles from their collection, which is usually where I focus most of my money. I try and head to tables that look like me when I'm selling, just selling off doubles, and that's where you can usually haggle and get the deals. I'm pretty happy with all the stuff that I picked up. I will show you guys everything that I grabbed once we get back to the game room. Anyways, great event. Ran into some really interesting people, quite a few YouTubers, which some of them I caught on video, but I'll talk about that when we get back to the house. And we're back in the game room with my big bag full of stuff. Picked up a lot of stuff at the Guelph game swap, Guelph video game swap. I'll leave a link to the Facebook page in the description below. I guess real quick, I'll show you these vinyl pickups. On the way home, Matt and I stopped at The Beat Goes On, which is like a used media store, games, movies, CDs, records. Very happy to find this. This is Queen Pen, My Melody. I actually used to listen to this album quite a bit back in the day, back in the 90s. R&B album. Remember, I think it's Party Ain't a Party was the big one from this. I remember there was I think Party Ain't a Party features Mr. Cheeks from Lost Boys. So I actually was a big fan of this album, listened to it quite a bit. So for $6, really happy to get that. I have a feeling this was like a DJ type thing, so hopefully they're not scratched. No, they're in great condition. That's a nice find for oh my god, excuse me. For $6. That was a burp and a hiccup all in one. 112, Pleasure and Pain. It's been a while since I listened to 112. You already know? I can't remember. 112, it's R&B. Mad Cobra. I was really hoping Flex would be on here, which is one of my favorite songs. Yeah, just Google Mad Cobra Flex. But for $6, $6 each, couldn't pass those up. Okay, first pickup, I picked up 10 or 20 NES cases for $10, so 50 cents each. That's about the max that I would be willing to spend. Looks like I need... You know what? I'm getting close. I probably need another 20. So as I pick up NES lots, I'll harvest, I keep the cases, and get rid of the games without them. So I gotta even check where I'm at right now for my NES collection. Okay, so the last pickup I made before we left, or one of the last pickups, picked up a Game Gear game. I'm still kind of going for a complete Game Gear set. This is Solitaire and Poker with the manual. They were asking $5, and then on Chris Giles' recommendation. Chris is a big pinball and pinball video game fan. This is Super Pinball Behind the Mask for the Super Nintendo. $5 each, got it for $8 for the two, so $4 each for those. Pretty happy with that. I was actually quite happy with this deal. I almost bought a Snatcher. Okay, I almost bought a few things. I almost bought a Snatcher. The disc was in great condition. Had the case, manual, and insert, but the manual and insert had been water damaged. I'd say it was probably like condition-wise a 3 or a 4. The guy wanted $400, and I almost did it. I'm not sure if I'm going to kick myself for not doing that. I really want a copy of Snatcher, and for the $400 difference, it's about $800 Canadian typically for like a mint one. I maybe should have done that. It's one game that I'd be willing to spend some money on, so I may regret that. But from that guy, I picked up Doom, which he had 10 on, and then he had Fantasy Zone, which he was asking 15 for the Game Gear. This is just like a printed manual. 15 for that. So I got both of those for 20. I was pretty happy with that. I thought Doom was pretty well priced to begin with. I actually didn't even check if I had Doom. Probably should have done that. Doom on the 32X, I should say. Let me check quick. I assumed I didn't have it, but I think it might be one of the few games I have. No, I don't have it. Okay. I don't have very many 32X games. And NES, I was going to check. I'm at 473 NES games, so I'm almost at 500. This will almost get me to 500. Big stack of NES stuff here. Looks like I bought Ready to Rumble for the N64. Got that for $5 from the same guy. Oh my god, I'm going to forget his name. Lucas? I hope it's Lucas. Picked up Intruder for $4. If I can find, or sorry, Flight of the Intruder. If I can find any NES games these days for $5 or under, I'm pretty happy with that. I guess I can get that sticker later. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So, at this table, the guy had a bunch of stuff. I could tell already it was already totally fairly priced, but he knew who I was, so being me actually paid off for once. Usually it pays off for Matt. People love giving Matt free stuff, but he recognized me and said he was a fan of both of our YouTube channels, so that definitely helps when I'm, especially when I'm buying a big bunch of games like this. People are likely to you know, take some off the top, which is great. But I had that stuff that I showed that I wanted to trade towards it. So I think I traded my stuff and I paid $100 and got these games. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 NES games. Some good stuff in here. Family Feud is not really one of them, but I think Matt actually likes this game. Family Feud. Matt tells me this one's pretty tough to get. I feel like it was a pretty good price to begin with. This is Built to Win. I need to clean some of these up, but other than that, they're in pretty good shape. It's got a built-in battery, apparently. Built to Win. Formula 1, Built to Win. That's unfortunate. I hope I don't have that. I always do this. So it says Built to Win, so I look up Built to Win, and then I see it's Formula 1 Built to Win, and I end up having it. No, don't have it. Thank God. Okay, this is Jim Henson's The Muppet Adventure, Chaos at the Carnival. Really nice shape. He had $8 on that. These are Canadian prices, obviously. $30 on Built to Win, $7 on Family Feud, but again, he gave me a good deal on these. Mechanized Attack, which is a light gun game, as Ryan Gino, Star Soldier, tells me. He said it's not bad. This is a SNK light gun game, Zapper game. Mighty Bomb Jack, which I thought I had. Mighty Bomb Jack, there was 10 on that, listed at 10. Zanak, which I was definitely happy to add to the collection. I believe this is a shooter. I'm still finding NES games that I've never even heard of, so interested to check that one out. 15 on that. Starship Hector. I know nothing about this. Hudson Soft game. Let me know in the comments below if you know anything about these games. Or still, I mean, like I said, I'm not an expert on video games, you know, but I have the rest of my 40 more years, hopefully, to learn more about these games and play them with the boys. So let me know if any of these games are good and worth checking out. I mean, I'm sure most of them are worth at least playing. But it was funny because I was at the swap and somebody was in the middle of a sale and they were asking about prices and they're like, oh, SeeJayAre, you would know. And I'm like, no, I don't know. I know nothing about prices because I just buy stuff at garage sales. So I don't know. I'm not up to date on my pricing. I actually usually rely on Matt to tell me whether games are a good deal. Dungeon Magic, Sword of the Elements. Really nice copy. $10 on that. I'm sure that's a good deal. Really interested in this one. I had heard of this one. Conquest of the Crystal Palace. Asmic game. Really interested to see what this one's about. There's a bunch of games here that I really want to try. Had 30 on that. I don't know what this is. I'm guessing it's an RPG of some sort, or maybe a side scroller. Thunderbirds, $10 on that. Silkworm, 20 on that. I feel like his prices were really good. Again, I don't know my prices, but I just have a feeling these are good prices. This is Star Trek 25th Anniversary, 15 on that one. And we got The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Really nice label. Some of the, like, this is discolored, but it's actually just the bottom part. So what I'll do is throughout the year, I'll probably keep these as, I keep ones like this aside, and I'll swap out the back for a cleaner back. It's the label's ripped too. So I usually keep like a separate area on my shelves. I'll do that with a lot of games. Like PS2, I've got an area where I keep all my loose PS2, not loose, PS2 games that aren't complete, like without a manual. I keep them in a separate section, so I know when I get a bundle of PS2 stuff, I go through and see if those games are in there, if that makes sense. Kicks! Love this game. This is a really nice copy. Matt was worried that it was like a repro because he seemed to think that this is a very expensive game. They had $40 on it. I love Kicks. I love playing it on the Game Boy, but I didn't have the NES version, so really happy to get that. And then the final two here, these are the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons games. This is Pool of Radiance and Dragon Strike. Again, very nice condition. He had another one there that was quite a bit more expensive. I think it was more around $140. So I just went for these two. Like I said, he gave me a good deal on trade, and I'm very happy to add this many games to the collection. There's a couple like somewhat pricey games in there, so I guess, you know, I'm eventually going for a complete NES set. I don't know if I'll ever get there. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, you guys can see. So that's 470 games. And what is there, 700 or 800 in a complete set? 700 and something? I just may be able to fit the entire collection on this wall. That would be amazing if it just worked out like that. If that's 475, so I would need to fit another 300. I think that might work. I think that'd be awesome if I could fit, if it just happened to fit that shelf. I didn't build that shelf knowing that, but I think it may all fit on there. That'd be pretty sweet. Eventually that will be one whole wall of NES. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe I should focus more on completing the NES set. I'm at 500. Let me know in the comments. It's been a while since I've actually looked into how many games are in the full set. I'm just hoping that NES, I'm hoping that retro gaming in general just takes a dive. I'm sorry, if you're one of those people that has a ton of money in your collection, I'm sorry to say that, but I want it to dive. I want everybody to just unload all their video games. I want the values to plummet. I don't have anything into this collection, so I never think of it in terms... Oh, I forgot to mention. I was talking about this with one of the people I met at the swap today, was Lithium and Nintendo collecting. I heard the voice. He's like, SeeJayAre. I'm like, I know that voice, because he hasn't shown his face on camera yet. If you don't follow Lithium and Nintendo collecting, go check out his channel. He's got one of the best Nintendo game rooms and Nintendo collections. But I was saying, I would love the video game market to just crash, right? Like, I'm not in it for the value, or, you know, I never think of, oh, this in the future is going to be worth this much, right? It's just not something I do, because I buy games at garage sales. I don't pay retail for almost anything. And I would love the market to crash, or at least just kind of level out. It's interesting because I feel like, you know, today there was a lot of NES games there that you could get for $3 or $4, $5, lots of $5 games, $7, and I feel like that wasn't so much the case in the last couple of years. So maybe it's going down a little bit. But yeah, that's a long rant into, maybe I should focus more on completing the NES set. I went into that rant because I was like, well, do I really want to pay $800 or whatever it is for a Little Samson, which is probably way more than that now. Panic Restaurant, that sort of thing. I don't know if I could do that. But, I mean, if I looked at it like, hey, maybe with all the money that I make this garage sale season off of selling doubles, you know, maybe I put that money and buy big titles like that. Maybe that's something I might do. It'd be nice if I could keep a spreadsheet and show you guys Maybe do like what Bithead does, actually, like Operation Wallet Buster. And if I can keep track of how much money I've made from flipping doubles, and then when we hit like a milestone, say I've got like 250 bucks, I go and knock one of those games off of the heavy hitter list. It would definitely make for a cool series for sure. And also, like, people, I've reached out for help to you guys for the Game Boy Quest. That's been a huge help. So I feel like I could at least get decent prices, you know what I mean? Like, if somebody's got a copy, they might be willing to give me a bit of a deal. You know, I'm not looking for anything crazy, but yeah, I know Bithead's had a lot of success with that. I never want to ask, like, I'm not asking for donations, but it's nice. It's helpful if people know who I am, and if people are willing to, you know, like, I see this with game. I'm on a big rant now. I see this with Last Gamer, and he canceled his I forget what it's called. It was the segment of his show where he would do videos on what people sent him, but he wanted to stop doing it because he didn't want to be known as an e-beggar. And I never saw it like that at all, right? Like, I've had people donate stuff to me, and I've donated to people. So if I were to send something to Bithead or like Last Gamer, I like the idea that I'm contributing, especially something like Last Gamer, that I know, like, it's going to be in his collection forever. It's not going anywhere. Bithead sold his collection a few times. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. I'm sure that he's holding on to his NES games, but I love that idea, right? Like, if I find a game that I know someone needs for their collection, and I know it's going to be, like, in someone's collection, I think that's amazing. So, long story short, I may actually go out and do stuff like this and try my best to get a complete NES set, or close to it. I don't know if I'm ever going to get a Stadium Events. I think I'd be happy getting a Stadium Events repro, to be honest. If I found a Stadium Events, I'd be willing to spend a couple thousand. I'm not willing to spend 10,000. But yeah, that's my pickups. Guelph Video Game Swap was actually really awesome. If you're in the area, there was a lot of big YouTubers there. Rerez was there. Adam Koralik was there. Yeah, and Lithium showed up at the end. So, as always, I did a terrible job of getting footage of that. I really should have even got a conversation with those guys on camera or something. But I'm just in, like, search for what I need mode. I was looking for that Neo Geo Controller. Did not find anything. I don't know if I'll ever find one of those. I really want a Neo Geo handheld. Not a handheld, the controller, not the arcade stick. So, if you have one out there, let me know. This is turning into a real rant. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next episode.